Well, let me sort this mic out. Wow, well, welcome to another episode of what I am now renaming as the bipolar series. No offence to anyone out there that is actually suffering with bipolar, it's awful really, but yeah, just a light-hearted joke, because talk about a yo-yo of emotions. I'm not going to release the full edit of Tuesday's session because it was a really valuable session that I'm going to talk about in here, but I just don't need to upload all of the misery from it. Excuse me. So the plan for Tuesday's session was a big deadlift session, hoping to take anywhere between 290 and 310 for a ride, looking for 1 to 3 reps, RPE 9. So the most important thing was to leave a rep in a tank, and I would have been quite happy with just a single, to be honest with you. I didn't need to do a 3-repper. I was just looking for a bit of neurological drive and, more importantly, a confidence booster. I took 250 kilos for my last warm-up. That moved really well. I had a little bit of shudder through my legs, but the weight felt good, and the bar speed was great as well, and it looked like I had easily 60 kilo in it. So I loaded 300 kilos and was hoping to take 1, possibly 2 reps, but the most important thing was to keep to that RPE of 9. And I failed it. It got to the knees, as the same way that 340 did last year at one of my powerlifting single lift comps. Got to my knees and stopped, which was really odd, really odd, as I'd done everything that I needed to do away from training to align that session. I'd done everything that I normally do to prepare for a heavy session away from the gym, and also including in the gym with the sessions leading up to it. My mindset felt like it was in the right spot during the session. So initially there's I don't know why that didn't go. On reflection, I know why that didn't go. There's a lot of stuff that with the YouTube that I'm not talking about at the moment, in terms of where my head is away from training. Obviously you guys have seen that there's been quite a few sessions in training that have been quite negative, just because the sessions themselves haven't gone well, and obviously I'm not particularly strong at the moment. Couple that with the pressures of getting ready for a comp that I really wanted to be good for, all makes for a very sad boy. But there's more to it than what meets the eye. There isn't anything big or serious going on in my life for me to be unhappy, but I am consistently quite unhappy, which is, I find that more embarrassing and frustrating than anything else, because my life's really fucking good. See this big building behind me? That's my gym. And at home is my wife and my son in a house that I own, with cars on the driveway that I own, with clients that message me every day that pay me a decent amount of money to coach them and guide them. I've got clients overseas now. I've got clients at the highest level in powerlifting, clients working towards the highest level in strongman as well. And I've worked hard for all of this, and I should be really happy, and I'm not. And that session on Tuesday was a real turning point. You know, I finished the session off by saying to the camera that I was going to pull out of Haynes, and that's decided now. You know, that was a make or break session, and this, that, and the other. It wasn't a make or break session. It was a turning point, and it just put one big giant red flag up in the air that I need to do something that I've been on about for a while and put off for various reasons. And I've now employed a therapist / mindset coach. I'm spinning a lot of plates. That's the reality of it. Although my life is really good, and I am so grateful for it, I have a lack of appreciation because I'm just in it. And there's a lot, and I am spinning a lot of plates, and there is inconsistencies in my life to do with my routine and my day-to-day structure and everything else that changes on a sixpence because of the businesses or because of, you know, being a father and so on. It can all get a bit tricky very quickly. So I need help on how I respond to those situations. And I have to recognize that, you know, I look back and I'm like, well, fucking hell, 5 years ago, I wasn't like this. I wasn't so frustrated all the time and burnt out all the time and erratic and this, that and the other. And that's because I wasn't a father then. I wasn't a business owner. I didn't own a gym then. You know, I wasn't, you know, all over the country with clients like I am now. So with all of this, what people would see as success also comes a lifestyle that I'm struggling to get used to, that I need help on managing. And it feels really, really embarrassing, or not embarrassing, but just a bit daft to need a therapist because your life's really good. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, myself included, have dealt with, you know, trauma in the past. Do you know what I mean? Large stuff in the past. And those are the times where you'd think you'd need a therapist, and perhaps I did, perhaps I still do, I don't know. But to need one now, I use the analogy to a couple of the guys in the gym. It's almost like I've dealt with, and this is just an analogy, people, but it's like I've dealt with terminal illness on my own, but now I'm going to the doctors because I've got a cold. That's kind of how it feels. It feels a bit silly to need to go to a therapist for the state of mind that I'm in. But I do need help on managing something, and I recognise because the pattern is too common for my liking. It's not that it happens every couple of weeks or anything like that. I get to this point every few months. 3 to 6 months, I come to the same point where I'm very burnt out and it starts to affect training, and I'm spinning loads of plates and I'm all over the place and I'm struggling to think clearly, and my basics start to drop off a little bit, hydration, sleep, these things, and then eventually that will obviously have a negative impact on training, and then I seem to sort it all out and I pick myself up and I go again. The problem is I can't spot the early signs to be able to catch it, or I'm not doing a good enough job of regulating my emotions when I am in it, and the way that I respond to things and whatever. So something's got to change, is what I'm saying. And with that, I am competing at Haynes, like 100% irrelevant of what happens, unless I get really fucking injured or ill. Whatever happens over the next 3.5 weeks, I've got to be at Haynes Farm anyway. I've got clients there on the Saturday competing, as well as people from the gym that I want to help out. And then I've also got a client there, Hal, who you've seen before from Coach Diaries. He's competing on the Sunday as well, and his prep's going really well and he looks on good form. So I can't be there and God forbid find myself in a position where I've pulled out, watching the Opens compete and look at it and go, fucking hell, I'd have been all right. Do you know what I mean? Or just looked at it and gone, it looks like so much fun. And unless I'm on a fucking crutch, do you know what I mean? Or I'm you know, hiding away a load of fucking tissues, whatever, because I'm really ill and I'm in a bad way. I can't stand there as an able-bodied man who's just a bit weak at the moment and not do the thing I love the most. It seems a little bit silly to do that. And that there's a version of me historically that isn't present at the moment that I need to find, but that version of me would be pissed off to find out that I'm pulling out of a comp because I'm not strong enough. I don't pull out of comps because I'm not ready. I pull out of comps because I'm ill or injured and I'm physically unable to do the comp. I am perfectly able to do the competition, and I will do the competition, and that is that. Consider that signed, sealed, delivered. That's in a contract with myself that is just happening. So I will be in Oxford in 3.5 weeks' time. So with that, today's session is Axel. I'm pretty sure, hello, you okay? I'm pretty sure that I am not going to be able to do the axle on the day. It's just out of my reach at the moment, and that's okay. But I also have axle floor to overhead for reps at Hampshire's in August. So I need to get good at axle. So I'm gonna have a little touch on that today. I'm just gonna fill things through. I'm gonna do really, really similar stuff to what I did with my log session last week, where I'm gonna keep volume low, and I'll let the load and how it feels in my body dictate where I go. But I'm not looking at that as my primary work today. My primary work is going to be some strict press out of the rack, and then some of my usual accessories as well on top of that. I'm going to do some keg runs today as well, which we haven't got a ton of space out here at the moment, but I think some of the cars with PTs and stuff will file out in a little bit and I'll be able to map something together. I just want to do some running today, nice and steady. My body doesn't feel right at the moment, so I have to be very open-minded. Maybe after saying this, the session's going to go really well. Maybe it's going to feel a bit ropey. I'm just going to be very open-minded. Yesterday I felt really, really rough. Mentally, physically, very odd. I'm very achy in weird places that haven't been worked, which made me think maybe I am ill. I'm not. I'm definitely all right. I'm not ill. I just think my body's responding to all of this stress in a weird way. And I've just got to start to align myself now, be more positive, take the steps with my, should I refer to her as my therapist? No, I'm going to refer to her as my mindset coach because I think that makes me feel better. I've got my first proper session with her tomorrow. I can drop her name. It's Alexandra Alexa, who is, from what I'm told, fantastic. Off the initial call, very excited to be working with her. She came as a recommendation through Ben Glasscock. I believe his partner Emily's worked with her as well. So yeah, very, very excited to be involved with her and working with her and hopefully find that version of me again. That's the main goal, and that'll take as long as it takes. Maybe I only work with her for a month. Maybe I'll work with her for 10 years. I don't know, I doubt it, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Axel session today, gotta have some fun, just gonna relax, try and enjoy it, and just try and be more positive, man, because I know that it just naturally, if I'm more positive, I'm gonna be stronger. Simple as that. So the goal between now and competing at Haynes is to change this a little bit and be more positive and enjoy myself more. Don't worry too much and fixate on the level of strength I'm at right now. I need to look at the bigger picture as well. You know, the goal for this year is to build and create a very large stepping stone into what will be qualifiers and so on next year. And that can still very much be the plan. That plan isn't ruined or anything like that. So we enjoy Haynes. We use Boston Strongest as another stepping stone and a marker for progress into Hampshires, where I hope to be quite competitive, and then continue building throughout the year. I've actually put in for a deadlift competition at the end of the year as well. I'll be competing at the Andy Bolton Deadlift Challenge on the 13th of December. I think that's just a really, really nice way to keep the ball up in the air and remain strong. And then it will be April, realistically, next year before I go again. And I'll need to decide how I want next year to map out. I just want to put all my eggs in one basket. There's an online qualifier to do, but I do really want to compete at the English Open, which is a qualifier for Giants Live England's, which I'm not expecting to qualify for Giants next year or anything like that. I just want to get in the mix. I want to use it as a leverage. It's kind of comp that sets the stall really, really high and forces me to push on, which is what I need. So no doubt there'll be other comps next year as well, but I haven't mapped that year out at all yet. I want to put all my eggs in that one basket for the English Open. So I'll need to come out of this year really strong, which I feel like the deadlift competition will do that for me. That sets the standard. So yeah, let's just fucking enjoy it, shall we? Sorry that was a bit long, but hopefully that all brings you along the journey with me without me needing to show you the horrendous session from Tuesday. Let's go and press some axles. Holy shit, 100 kilo felt well heavy then. There's a slightly wider grip width than what I normally do, but haven't done strict overhead for 3 months, so it feels very alien, as everything does at the moment. Nice challenging set though. Box ticker will get me stronger, and that's all that matters right now. Let's turn these headphones. That's where my focus needs to be. I'm going to do some triceps. I was going to do some keg stuff today, but I just feel very off. My body feels very off. Probably screaming for a deload, which doesn't make sense because I haven't done anything heavy other than obviously the deadlift on Monday, but the deadlift on Monday was off as well, which my brain then thinks deload as well. Just give my body a chance to catch up. So today's Thursday. I think I might make my next training session on Tuesday next week, and give myself the rest of the time to just catch up, decompress, get some sleep, freshen up, and hopefully have 3 really, really productive sessions next week, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. I don't think pushing my body right now is the intelligent thing to do. Although mentally, obviously that's what I want to do, because I want to, start making some tangible progress and feel good again. Rushing to do that with how I feel doesn't make sense. Like, I've come off that set now, although I'm really hydrated. I've got a headache, my elbows ache, my knees ache, but not in the usual way, more like quads, quad tendon on top. Body just seems like it's really beat up and tired, which is weird because it almost doesn't seem justified because of the work leading up to this week's sessions. But yeah, it's going to take some time to get out of whatever this is, and I can do that in 3 weeks, that's for sure. I can bring whatever version of me is available in 3 weeks, and it'll be what it'll be. It'll be as strong as it'll be. But I'll have a look at the timeline. I think I've got 2 weeks of training left, which will be next week and the week after. So plan those sessions, and execute them to the best of my ability, and have them as productive as they possibly can be. So I might use this time to get some heavier kegs as well between now and I'll use them on Saturday next week now. So yeah, got some figuring out to do, got some stuff to do recovery wise. Great opportunity to catch up now. This is why, with a different coach, or Shane again, I don't know, I need to have like a more of a collaborative approach, because I have the ability to run into walls quite quickly, burn out quite quickly physically. I like training hard, but at the same time I can't physically string along too many weeks of training without needing a deload. I normally run, for those of you that remember my training from powerlifting comps and strongman comps last year, I'll run 3 on, 1 off. So 3 weeks on, 1 week deload, and I'll cycle that as much as I possibly can, and that just allows for me to be more intense in those 3 weeks. And then the deload's always really productive. So, and I did that in my bodybuilding days as well. I was doing either 4 to 5 on, 1 off, depending on how strong I was at the time and where I was cutting, dieting, bulking, whatever. When I was bulking, I was 3 on, 1 off, 4 on, 1 off. When I was cutting, I'd do 5 on, because I wasn't as strong. So yeah, fuck, it is what it is. I'm not disheartened with the session though. I've just gathered some data, done some stuff, enjoyed it, got a sweat on, moved, but now get a pump on some triceps and call it a day, decompress. I might even pop to, there's a gym across the road that has a sauna. It used to have a jacuzzi, but it doesn't work anymore. They've got a sauna and a steam room and a cold shower, so I'm going to go and visit that over the weekend perhaps. If I get time, maybe Saturday afternoon, once I close the gym, I'll go straight across there for an hour and get this body to catch up, do loads of eating, lots of drinking, lots of sleep. Cool. I'll film myself getting a pump, but I'll sign it out now. Till next time, peace, love and cake.